Hi everyone. First of all, thanks to everyone for their suggestions and tips. I made a few adjustments to the build, so I thought I'd do a follow-up video and talk you through it. I've made some adjustments to the spear, put a different Ash of War on there, and I've put Piercing Fang. And the reason for this is it's just really good at staggering people and covering ground. I've also had some questions regarding how to make this build with a lower rune level. I'm conscious this is quite a high level build, but there are ways around this. I've made these weapons quality infusion, but you could make them keen. These scale well with dexterity, as does the Mesmer Soldier's Spear. So I would recommend just setting them to keen, and then you can just put whatever you want into dexterity, whether you want to make that 70 or 80 or save a little bit. You can also use Millicent's prosthesis to help get 5 on there. You could also use the prosthesis wearer heirloom to raise your dex by 5 as well if you need to, or you could even use the 2 fingers heirloom to raise your faith by 5 if you want to too. Also, I've been able to get my endurance a little lower because we changed up to the Sword of Light, which is significantly lighter than the previous sword I was using. Now, this sword is quite difficult to get. You have to go and get, first of all, the Stone Sheathed Sword, I believe it's called. You can change it to the Sword of Light. So there is a bit of running around to get each of these swords. I've actually made the Sword of Dark and put it on my Sauron build as well, because I really like this sword. It has a really simple moveset that is very reminiscent of how you would use one of these swords, or Alexander would have used one of these swords. So you can see the unique skill is Light, and it unleashes the light carved in the armament's blade. Send the sword aloft to let loose a blinding light whose many rays sweep through the surrounding area. Also temporarily boosts one's own holy attacks, and that's by 20%. It absolutely carves through deathrite birds, and everyone hates deathrite birds, so that's always a good thing. I also decided to start wearing the Circlet of Light. I just thought Alexander was king of Macedon, Greece, and then Persia, etc. So may as well have a crown. And it is going to give me an extra 5 poise, so we love a little bit of extra poise. Also, it does boost your stats. Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane is boosted by 1, so I was able to take Faith down to 79. I am still using the grossmesser. I've put Sacred Blade, Ash of War on there, and I've also put Lightning Slash on the other one, so I can still get a bit of the holy, bit of lightning slash. This gives me the same Ash of War that I really liked of the last sword that I was using, Dee's sword. Also having Sacred Blade there, if I've just used Sword of Light and I've just buffed that 20% holy damage for myself, I can switch over to the grossmesser and then use Sacred Blade and get more damage off that as well. And also I was using Godfrey Icon. A lot of the spells I'm using aren't chargeable, so I thought I'd swap that out. I'm already getting a buff to the holy spells of 20%, and then I'm also getting my buff from the Lightning Scorpion Charm. I'm also getting 15% boost to Dragon Cult off that as well. For my Wondrous Physick, I'm using Lightning Shrouding Cracktear and Holy Shrouding Cracktear. So again, I'm using Lightning Spear, Knight's Lightning Spear, Lightning Strike. I'm using Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike, Fortisax's Lightning Spear, Multi-Layered Rings of Light, Light of Mikola. I was thinking of getting rid of Howler Shabriri because I'm not doing the whole buffing and heavy attack thing with the spear anymore. For now, I'm just going to leave it as this, because there are some times I get to a boss that annoys me, and I do just want to buff up and just get rid of them quickly. So thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone for all of your tips and suggestions. It's really improved the build. If anyone has any further questions or comments, please add them to this, and I'll do my best to add any further updates or answer any questions.